Hi everyone, I'm Kyle. I'm the secretary for VSA, and today I'll be trying to make Bánh Mì from scratch for the first time. Just a little disclaimer, this is definitely not a tutorial on how to do it because this is my first time, but more of like a journey on how it goes. Alright, with me, I have some bread flour, sugar, salt, 1 egg, butter, and some active dry yeast I mixed with the water. For the other components of the sandwich, I have some honey barbecue pork, I have cilantro, the pickled vegetables, and some mayonnaise. So first off, I just want to start by mixing the dry ingredients before I pour in the other components. If I had a whisk, this is where I'd be using it, so I'm just going to use my hand. Now I'm going to add the egg and the yeast mixture, but I'm going to save the butter for later, and I'm going to add it bit by bit. And after a bit of kneading, I'm going to add the butter in 1 tablespoon at a time. Okay, and now I'm just going to knead it until it's relatively smooth, and then after that I'm going to let it rest for about 30 minutes, or until it's been doubled in size. This piece of shit. Bitch. Okay, so now that the dough is pretty smooth and not sticky anymore, it's ready to rest into a bowl that I just lightly greased. But before that, I want to form it into a tight little bowl first. And okay, and
oh yes, Daddy!
And then I'm going to cover it with a wet kitchen towel. And then I'm going to let it rest in the oven with the oven light on. Alright, we're in business now. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut up the honey barbecue pork that I prepared beforehand. It doesn't have the traditional red color, but that's okay because the flavor is still the same. Personally, this is how I like my banh mi. I don't really like the whole collection of deli meats because I feel like it's just hard to enjoy one flavor. And I also think that the heaviness of this goes well with the pickled vegetables. And then after this, I'm just going to cut up the cilantro, and that's about it. Okay, so it's been about 35 minutes and the dough has doubled in size. So now it's ready to be split into about 6 even pieces and then shaped. Oh my god. Okay, it needs a little help. Okay, and I'm gonna cover this with a little oil so that it doesn't stick too bad. Probably should have done that before, but it's okay. Now I'm going to grab my bench scraper and I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, I'm going to set this on the side. Now I'm just going to kind of slap it on the table to get it into the right shape. And then I'm going to tightly roll it. Damn, it's a long boy. So now that they're all shaped, they're ready to be placed in the oven for about an hour with the light on. They didn't turn out as nice as I wanted them to be, but that's okay. They're still kind of in the right shape. And yeah, I'll just cover them and then they can rest. So the bread has been sitting for about an hour so far. I I ran into a little issue and the kitchen towel is kind of stuck to the bread. But that's okay, I'll just yank it off and hope for the best. Okay, I hope too much. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, the oven is heated to about 410 degrees with a little water tray at the oven. I'm gonna pop this in there for about 22 minutes and we'll see. The banh mi turned out way smaller than I thought, but regardless, I'm still gonna try to fit everything in. So first, I'll start with some mayonnaise. You can also use pate if you want, but I prefer mayonnaise. Oh my god, it's so small, I can't even. Okay. Try my best to spread it in this tiny ass baguette. Okay. Okay, next, barbecue pork. Probably would have been a better idea to scoop out some of the filling, but we'll make it work. Okay. And some of the pickled carrots and daikon. And then, top it off, we have some cilantro. I got too much. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, this is my final product, and with me I have one of our freshman interns, and she is going to taste test it for me.
Hey, this is actually really good.
You serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's not scripted, by the way. She actually means it. Since that was such a disaster, maybe we can try doing it on one of the actual baguettes. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, I'm actually gonna try it myself now. Okay, bread jokes aside, I actually kind of like this. The pickled vegetables weren't that hard to make, but it goes really well with the honey barbecue pork. And you kind of have the freshness of everything else to kind of balance that out. Overall, definitely gonna work on the banh mi, but I'm happy with the final product. Okay. Well, that concludes this video. Thank you for joining me on this interesting journey. Hopefully I'll see you next video where I actually know what I'm doing. And yeah, bye.
Nước đun sôi món đã chín nỗi buồn bay hơi ngon về kêu ngon về leo đến đây ta sơi sơi.
Chốt đơn vẫn là phải
Good shit.
Ta cứ leng 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 leng, chắc hết luôn.